All right, hello and welcome back to my channel, My Five Pentacles. If you're watching a couple of these videos, please like, subscribe if you'd like to see more videos, subscribe if you want to hear in the future updates about my tarot deck that's coming out in a while. Just leave comments if you'd like. I would love to hear whatever it is you have to say about my videos, about me, about life, anything. I'm interested to hear it. I'd like to have some conversations with people, and also I'd like to do tarot readings for you professionally. Anyway, today I will be talking about oracle decks. Now, this is a first venture for me. I do have one deck that I've been using since I started that is like a kind of planets and houses, somewhat of an oracle deck, but I always use it way more for the planets and houses itself, like for marking where they are and for marking that energy and using astrology dice. So I didn't ever quite use it the way an oracle deck is traditionally used. So that's why I am happy to now have these two oracle decks that I'm kind of going to do not exactly a side by side, but just a compare what I think about the two, okay? So one is the Psychic Tarot for the Heart oracle deck, and the other one is Work Your Light oracle cards. Now this is, oh boy. Shut up, okay. This one here I found is a little bit more, how do I say? It is a little bit tarot oriented, right? And I did already use both of these, so they're going to be mixed up, so that you're not going to be able to see. But it just kind of, you can see here, for instance, the green one with the heart. The green ones are cups. The black ones are major arcanas, so it goes up to 21, I think. With the 20 being, what is that? Judgment. And in here it's called Blossom, okay? For instance, Release, 13. So instead of death, we have release, and so forth. Then these ones, dedicated effort. Reds, I think, were actually pentacles, if I'm not mistaken, which would make sense, right? Dedicated effort is kind of an 8 of pentacles. See, he's working, he's drawing. So the pictures are quite nice. Here we see win or lose, swords. But anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. I kind of wanted to do both of these at the same time, side by side. So they do also each have a booklet, a guidebook. Now this one, now you can see right away, I think for me, this one wins totally on aesthetic. I really, really love the way these cards look. The way that looks is just so beautiful. These ones are, to me, a little bit like a school flashcard type of look, you know, with the border around it in different colors, which makes it easy to kind of recognize, I guess. Although I'm finding it not that easy, to be honest, for me. I mean, we do have these chakra cards, which are also black, okay? So you have these numbers, and then, oh, look at, okay. You have numbers, 7, black. You would think, well, is that now the chariot, you know? Or is that even the chariot? I don't know. I'm not always perfect on numbers. I think it is, but it's not, because we have the chakras in black, and it just kind of says what chakra, solar plexus chakra, okay? And then we have the different colors for our suits, but they only go 1 through 9. So, I mean, they didn't do court cards, okay, but they also didn't do a 10, right? So it's kind of this, I don't know, it's like in between oracle and tarot for me, you know? It's nice that it does have a keyword. The pictures are very nice and very recognizable, okay? One thing that I kind of already found to be a little difficult for me personally. Oh, and they do have a golden gilding on there. It's very nice. Is when I'm looking in here now, these are not going to be color coded, right? So for me, they're all gray, and I'm just like trying to think, okay, which card am I looking at? You know, do I have a... Okay, that one's obvious because I just saw it, right? So I know one, Love Abounds. That was the cups, although I couldn't tell you right now what color the cups were. Maybe green. You know what I mean? Like I would think love and emotion would be red, but I think that one is actually pentacles. I would have done pentacles in yellow. You know what I mean? Like kind of think, okay, blue probably could have also been water, but I don't think it is. I think green was, which anyway, I'm just saying the colors don't really match up for me in my head. So that makes it difficult for me to know off a quick glance, right? If I'm just going to say, okay, helpless and hopeless. Well, 8. Okay. 8. Well, which 8 is it? Which is it a blue? Like, let's see here. I found an 8, and it is helpless and hopeless. How about that? But I still don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't say anything about this is fiery or this is watery or this is going to be about emotion. Like, you can read the whole thing, and yeah, it makes sense when you read it. I will say that these were helpful as far as me picking a little oracle card in the morning. I was like, okay, that's fine. The thing is now going to this other deck. Here, I like this a lot better. Just the way it looks is so pleasing. Exactly what I think about an oracle compared to these that I just kind of think of like, yeah, like I said, like school flashcards, kind of learning certain things, archetypes or whatever. And this is what I think of an oracle. I mean, the backs are beautiful. Here, it's kind of cute with the like 8-leaf clover. But this is super nice color scheme. Just breathtaking. I like fell in love with this. I was just like, yes, I am using these, even though I don't know. It's very pink and purple, but that teal in there makes it like more for me again. Sometimes it has this kind of an absence of color to make one very gray or very dark cave, and then there's just one little piece of color in the middle. I really like that. It really balances the deck for me. Oh, here it is. This one, this card is one of those that I really like because it's so colorful despite being mostly dark, right? It's really nice. I really like it. Now, to get to this card here, the Akasha, okay, so that's another thing about this. And I don't know if all oracles have to be like that, but in how I said this one was a little too stark on the color scheme and yet hard to flip through. This one, you can see the color scheme is very much in that same color scheme with some nice variation. You know, one card has a lot of gold, or one card has way more teal, a lot more blue. But for these cards being in a couple different groupings, I want to say, like this Akasha card, in its grouping, there's only 4 cards. And the 4 cards are kind of like, not exactly, but almost these 4 different races, species types, you know? If you want to think of like 4 different angelic, almost like energy aura people groupings, right? That makes sense. And then we have, and those ones you can tell it's just one word, Akasha. The other one is like Hakuna or something. That's one grouping, just 4 cards I can remember that. The other one is another grouping of affirmation or answers. It's yes, no. Here we are. The ever unfolding rose. You're already doing it, and yes and no. You know, that's another like, okay, those 4 cards I can remember are confirmations because I know yes or no is a confirmation. Oops, excuse me. Oh, gee. Yes or no is a confirmation. But the other groupings are then very like, okay, this one has all question marks or like all questions to this thing here, to this affirmation down here, like here, mirror, who or what is triggering you? And I'm going to be able to find that that's going to be in here because I remembered that this one is the questions, like questions to your soul or something. The only thing is that 3 and 4, they are then just sentences in here that are a little bit harder for me to realize, okay? Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. Transformation, okay. See, so then still, okay, I have to find that in here. And then go to that. There's not really once again, there's not a code where I can just start flicking and say, oh, this has, this number in the corner. And then with that number, I'll just flip through here and go, okay, we're at 50. Well, that number is 60. I got to go a little further. Some kind of a way of categorizing things. I always have to go to the front and I always have to read through all of these things to find where it is. That's the only kind of thing that I can really see bad about this. Other than that, I'm super pleasantly surprised with Oracle cards as far as me just taking a card and then reading it and finding the beauty in it, And also, just like I said, this card wins over this deck because of what these look like. I just love the way these look. They look so pleasant. They're just so nice. Okay, that one says no. See, that's a no. See, there's the Minticon. So I know that's from that 5th one because it's a one-word kind of place. But there's other ones like this. Protection is one word, but it's not a place. See, so that's just somewhere. This one again, Lemuria, that's one word that's like a place. That's going to be the back. So really, I am kind of finding an easy way to archetype them, but only some of them. What they say is beautiful, though, and what they look like. I just can't stop loving and gushing about how pretty these cards are with this color palette. And they feel very soft. This is beautiful. This is also glossy and, slick. I don't like that as much. I have to say that out of the two, this one is clearly the one that I'll hold on to for sure and just use. I do have to say, one thing that I'm finding, with the one exception being that card that says no, these cards are very much what I just, without having any Oracle cards, thought they would be, which is every single card is all about, oh, it's so nice. Oh, you're going to be so great. Oh, you're going to have such a good time. You're strong. Roar, girl. Which is like, it's nice, but I guess that's why I never went into the Oracle. I was always into the Tarot just because Tarot can tell you a little more, hey, you're having trouble coming. Hey, there's someone spying. There's someone doing this. You know what I mean? It's a little more useful, whereas just hearing how wonderful I am is like, I'm a Virgo. I don't need a deck to do that. You know what I mean? It's like, I know that. I know how great I am. I know that everything is always going to work out and be lovely. There's nothing wrong with me. But I do like looking at these pictures. This is so, so pretty. I just can't gush enough about that. Anyway, so that's all I have to say about these two. If you wonder which one is my favorite, clear favorite, I'll be working my light, okay? All right, so I hope you enjoyed that. Leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me, do you agree? Do you think this is just the best Oracle deck in the world? Or do you like this one better? The 3rd grade teacher's flashcards. I mean, just kidding. I said that these also have very useful things in them. But hey, I love this, okay? All right, see you guys. Have a good day.